Hi, I'm Dennis. I'm the one that keeps on putting videos out there about weight loss. I had a weight loss issue, and trying to get a product on the market for people to lose weight. Wow, we'll change my glasses here. I can't believe the headwinds that I'm having trying to get a weight loss product out there. I had a I weighed over 300 pounds. I needed to lose weight, and so I tried your Weight Watchers. I tried your counting calories. I tried your point system. I tried mail order food. Oh, the good one is I even tried the weight loss pill. Let me tell you something. You need to lose weight. You need to take the advice from the people who actually been there and done that. I done that. I did that. Done that. Is that a word? I had the problem. The weight loss industry had no answers for me. Their answer was go to class, buy this, buy that. Oh, and now the good stuff. And now the new stuff. This kills me. You got powders, you got drops, you got injections, you got pills, you got all these screwed up ways to lose weight. They all cost money every single month. I just saw one this morning. The bottles, you put a couple of drops in your water. And I think that's $79 every however long it lasts. Who the hell knows? So I was discouraged. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I knew I was over 300 pounds. I knew I needed to lose weight. My friends were teasing me. My so-called friends, they were teasing me. I don't mind being teased, but you know what? After a while, it gets old. It may be funny the first time, second time. After that, it's not funny to anybody but yourself. So keep your fat jokes to yourself. I got tired of hearing it. But what do you want me to do? I'm trying to cut my calories. I'm trying to eat less, and nothing seems to work. So, totally by accident, I came across a way to trick my brain thinking I'm full. I can't tell you what it is because that's my product. That's my technique is to suppress your appetite so you eat less. In my case, I ate about half of what I usually eat. And I didn't miss the food at all because I was full. And hey, I like to eat. I was in the construction industry. My daily lunch every single day was Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, Arby's, um, you know, quick restaurants. That was my diet. It didn't change much when I got home. Pizzas, whatever. So, but when you're active, it didn't really stick. But when you got just a little bit older, we're not talking the age I'm at right now, but I'm not talking about 35, 40. It starts collecting, it stays on you. So I had a problem. How do you get rid of this crap? So by accident, I discovered that I was dropping weight. I would come out of the shower. I was big. I come out of the shower and wrap my bath towel around me, and it never tucked. I always had to hold it when I walked through the house. So one day, I get out of the shower like every day, put the towel on me, and I was able to tuck it. I go, what the hell's going on here? Well, eventually, I got smaller and smaller in the towel. I was able to tuck more and more and more of it. And it's like, the hell am I doing here? So I started paying more attention to what I was doing. And I realized what I was doing. And it's so subtle. What I was doing was so subtle, I didn't even catch on to it to who knows how long. But I did catch on to it. I go, this is how you lose weight. I could eat whatever I wanted. It didn't make a difference. I go to restaurants. I love my bread. I could eat anything I want. I just eat a lot of it because I wasn't hungry. I never got to the point, and we all been there, you go to a restaurant or what, even at home, and you eat till you got stuffed and you're going, oh, I feel like crap. You ate too much. Well, on this technique I have, you never even get to that point. I don't know why, you just don't. So I started losing all this weight. Before you know it, okay, I lost 115 pounds. I got down to 185 pounds. That was real light for me. That was too light. I'm 5'11". I'm getting older. I might be 5'10" now, but 185 pounds, that's 10 pounds more I weighed when I was in high school, which is just a couple of months ago. So that was two things. But the point was, it was so easy to drop the weight. It was just dropping off me because I was eating less than half of what I normally eat. And I wasn't missing the food. You're not walking around going, oh my God, Jesus, I'm starving, That never took place. So I lost too much weight. My wife said, you look like hell. Yeah, I know that, but how's my body look? You lost too much weight. I totally agree. So I had to put weight on. We all know how easy it is to put weight on. So I put some more weight on. Now I'm at 200, 205. It's pretty much where I want to be. That's a good weight for me. So I stayed at 205, 200. And if I gave a couple extra pounds, I go back on my technique and I lose it, quickly. It's an easy thing to do. Give me another example. When I eat pizza, you order a pizza, my wife makes the pizza. I used to eat 4 or 5, sometimes 6 slices of pizza. Now I eat 2 slices. Hey, people trying to get a hold of me. I go, okay, 2 slices fills me up. Well, that's less than half of what I used to eat. And I'm not even utilizing the technique right now. I don't need to. So what happened? I don't know. I think what happened, and I'm not positive, but I think what happened is my stomach got so used to me putting, so much in my belly that is it possible it actually shrunk to a point where I don't need to put that much food in it anymore. And it's kind of strange because I no longer have that huge appetite. I don't have it anymore. I don't know where it went. I have no idea. But it's possible that my stomach kind of closed up a little bit and it doesn't need 6 slices of pizza to fill it up. So that's, it's a nice thing to have. But the whole thing is this all was done without drugs. It was all done without counting calories or running 6 miles a day. I mean, I didn't do any of that stuff. And I was never, ever hungry. So, yes, I have a technique. And I decided through all my friends and some family, you got to put this on the market. Well, I didn't realize the headwinds. I'm not giving up. But it's okay for these people, social media. It's okay for these manufacturers of the pills, of the weight loss drugs. It's okay for them, in my view. They're lying to you. They got this week can get rid of all your weight. The problem is they want you to go on medication. If you don't know it, I'm sure you do. Medication is not the answer. All medications have side effects, all of them. And some are more severe than others. It just so happens that the medications that the weight loss programs our industry is pushing, the GLP-1s, to be in the pill or injections, they've been around forever because they're used for diabetes, for type 2 diabetes. But they were always used in slower doses, or smaller doses. Now and what it does, and I was on that pill for a while, and on the pill, it was horrible. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was in construction, okay? Construction guys out there, we got muscles. Well, I was on the pill for a year. Was it a year? Somewhere there about. I lost a bunch of muscle tone from the pill. So I said to my doctor, Doc, what's going on here? He goes, well, the pill, it has nothing to do with the pill. BS. It does, because investigating What happens is the pill doesn't allow your muscles to absorb protein. And if your muscles can't absorb protein, they start depleting. So they are connected. I had a neighbor of mine, 2, 3 doors down. Her daughter is on these pills. She's lost like 30 pounds, but she's lost all this muscle tone and she's got weaker and weaker and she's noticed it. Now she's got a dilemma. First of all, it's expensive as hell. She can't afford to take it anymore, but she can't afford to stop it because then she knows she could have gained all the weight back, which is one of the things you gain. You stop the pills, you stop the injections, you gain all that weight back and probably even more according to experts. So you can't stop taking it, but yeah, she's losing her muscle tone and she doesn't have the strength she used to have before, which is the problem I had. My wife told me and my daughter, I was hunched over. My back was killing me. And my daughter kept saying, Dad, stand up straight. Yeah, easy for you to say. My back is freaking killing me. I was shuffling my feet. I was getting old in front of their eyes. And I felt it. I no longer could walk around to the side of the house to feed the birds or to fill up their bathing, the bird bath, because the ground was so uneasy. Some roots are sticking up. It was so uneasy. I wasn't sure of my footing anymore. I fell twice. I fell once in the garage, and I fell at some Sunfest or Fall Fest we had. Did I fall or I tripped? I don't know, but whatever it was, I did because I wasn't stable on my feet. So I told my doctor, I'm getting off this crap. Oh, and another side effect I had. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I was constipated. I had to take a high power laxative every 5 or 6 days to clean myself out. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it on my own. And the doctor's going, you can't rely on these things. Totally get it. I totally get it. What am I supposed to do? I'm so plugged up, it's unbelievable. So I didn't have a choice. So finally I said to him, I got to stop taking this crap. I seriously believe, I ain't lying when I say all this stuff. I seriously believe if I would have stayed on that pill for another year, I'd be in the wheelchair. I kid you not. I was no longer, well, I'm going to tell you something. I fell 3 times. I fell in my living room. My wife doesn't know that. That's why I had to look over my shoulder to make sure she wasn't listening. I actually fell 3 times. I fell in my living room. My leg just gave out on this pill. So I swear I'd be in a wheelchair within a year on this damn pill. So I told my doctor, I said, you know what? Take this pill and stick it in your butt. I ain't taking it anymore. I don't give a shit. I ain't taking it anymore. So I stopped taking it. It took me, 6 months, maybe, 5 months to get to the point where I was able to trust my footing. Now I can walk any place I want. I don't care if it's uneven or not, doesn't make a difference. But it took me a long time to get back to where I was. My bathroom habits, constipation, that took about 6 months to get back to a regular schedule without taking any laxatives. It just messed up my whole body. Medication is not the answer. Now, if you really need to lose weight and you don't want to buy my program, that's fine. I don't really care. I wish you would because you wouldn't have a problem anymore. But if you decide not to buy it and you decide to go down the medication road, you are making a huge mistake, Not only are you depleting whatever funds you may have, you're wrecking your health. Now, when I tell you this, Google the side effects of the GLP-1s. Don't take my word for it because I'll get sued. My opinion is these things are evil. That's my opinion. Make your own opinion. Google the side effects of GLP-1s. You will be shocked. There are a ton of videos on YouTube about the dangers of GLP-1s. But Google it yourself. And then Google the lawsuits. They got, last time I looked a couple of weeks ago, 4,600 from a couple of weeks ago in the year 2026, 4,600 lawsuits up to that point because people are having all these issues. 4,600 lawsuits, people. They came out with this a couple of years ago, and all of a sudden, oh, everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. Well, you know what? When something new comes out, you never get on it right away because there's always problems with it. From cars to medications, whatever it may be, you don't want to get into it. And now they're going, oh shit! Now what do you do? First of all, people weren't going to pay $1,300 a month for a goddamn injection. Don't blame them. So now they came down, they lowered the price. Now it might be a couple $100s a month. They said, insurance isn't going to pay for it. You're walking my doctor's office, he's got a big sign there. They'll submit it one time for the insurance if you got a weight issue. He goes, but they're telling you right now, they're not going to okay. Once they reject it, they're not going to redo it again. So you're on your own. So insurance isn't going to pay for it unless you're totally obese, you can't walk, you need to take the wall down to get out of the house. Maybe insurance will take care of that. But it's a smokescreen, people. Insurance isn't going to pay for it. You know as well as I do, insurance is constantly denying people's medical care because they don't want to lose money. You think they're going to okay everybody for weight loss pills? They'll lose their insurance. They won't make any money. So they ain't going to work. So the insurance is not there. But they had to keep it cheap enough where you can actually somewhat afford. You're always going to have somebody who goes, I can afford to pay $300 a month. Sure, fine. But they get you in at maybe $79, $80 a month. Well, that's the lowest dose possible, and that's the hook. They're going to get you in the lowest dose. And they can say, well, it's not working, so we'll have to raise the dose. Well, if you raise the dose, it's more money. I don't know exactly how it works with the injections. I don't really know, nor do I care, but I can only assume when you have a dial, you get a dial on your injection needle. Once you crank up the dose, once you crank the dose up, you're using more of that needle. So you have to replenish it sooner. And so, that's where the problem comes in. Now you're no longer paying, $80 or whatever it is per month. Now you're going to be paying maybe double that because you doubled the doses and it doesn't last as long. But you shouldn't be doing it all. I'm going to give you an example. My mother-in-law, I love my mother-in-law. Long story, very, very short. She was in hospice. And when you go into hospice, if you don't already know this, I'll educate you. When you go into a hospice facility, they stop all medications. They'll put you on morphine so you're comfortable, but they stop all medications. There's no point in taking medication because you're dead. I think the average stay in hospice I got from a hospice nurse is 36 hours. So, and her roommate, if you will, been there for a couple of weeks. And I was talking to her daughter, who came in, and she's kind of waiting for the end, the end to be here. And she's going, I'm here for 2 weeks. She goes, I love my mom. She goes, but 2 weeks, I can't afford to be here, but I can't afford not to be here. It's my mom. She goes, I'm from out of state. So she says to me, I don't know what's going on. She's still alive. Well, don't you know that woman actually walked out of hospice? She walked out of hospice because the medication was killing her. It wasn't her health that was killing her. It was the medication was killing her. There was nothing wrong with the woman, but the doctors kept, take this pill, take this pill, take this pill. Well, all pills had medications. My doctor told me if we couldn't prescribe pills, they'd be out of business. Well, if you ever look, and I pay attention, I'm sure most people do, watch the bottom crawl on the bottom when you're watching the commercials on TV when they're pitching drugs, any kind of drugs. Doesn't make it what kind of drug it is. The side effects are like, are you serious? The side effects are a hell of a lot worse than what you're trying to fix. And they never fix it. They just put a Band-Aid on it. So medication is not the answer. But if you think medication is good for you, by all means, jump on the bandwagon, deal with the health issues and the cost, and God bless you because you're going to need some God blessing. For anybody else who can't afford that stuff, you're lucky because it's bullshit. You don't want no part of it. I'm a very honest person. I don't scam anybody. I was in the business years ago, and when I got home, I had a bunch of phone calls from potential clients. The first thing I did when I got home was I returned every single phone call, every single one of them. And when I went to these people's houses when I called them up, they were amazed that I actually called them. And then when I show up to their house on time, if not before the time I was scheduled to be there, they couldn't believe I actually showed up. I'm a man of my word. When I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I got praised up and down by returning phone calls. I got praised by actually showing up, and I got praised by actually getting it done right. So I'm a very honest person. So when I came across this weight loss program, I said, this is great. I need to share this. And I'm only doing it because there's so many people out there and I get them all the time. I get all these common weight issues. They can't get rid of it. They're spending money at the gym. They're doing that. I go, this needs to be out there. I needed to get this thing out there. But the headwinds is unbelievable. To give me an example, this kills me. I went on X, which used to be Twitter, and I went on X to promote my weight loss program. This kills me. So I get a little notation that X doesn't allow a weight loss commercial, a weight loss product. Oh, okay. So you have standards. Okay, fine. But yet they'll show porn. I can't believe this. I can't believe. I go, seriously, you got a problem with me helping people lose weight for their health and for their self-esteem? You got a problem with that, but you're going to show porn on X? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So these are the headwinds that you run into. Reddit's another one. They can't, they don't promote weight loss products. But yet they allow all this other garbage to be on there. And I'm thinking, are you there to help the community get where they needed to go for a health reason? Or you're just there to make money? Well, obviously, the answer is they're there to make money. They don't give a shit about anything except, they have standards. You can't promote a weight loss program. It's against but we can do all this other nasty stuff. So I don't get that. So the headwinds are quite large. But listen, when I say something, I believe it and I trust it. And like over my shoulder here, I have a patent right there. You see it, little patent sign? Excuse me. I had an idea. My daughter had a cat who was very arthritic. And I didn't know this because I was in the business now, and 10 years old, cats and dogs develop arthritis. That's pretty much half their life. Big dogs, it's pretty much their life, but smaller animals, 8 or 9, 10 years old, they develop arthritis because, they're already in their 50s, but if you want to look at it at our standards. And so my daughter's cat liked to lay on the back of the couch. So she would stand by the bottom or the foot of the couch, and she'd just stare at it where she wanted to go. She'd be there for a couple minutes, just staring at it. So I said to my daughter, why is she doing that? And she goes, well, it hurts for her to get up there. So I guess she's getting enough courage to get, up there. So when she did make the leap, she jumped from the floor to the cushion, from the cushion to the back of the couch, and she stayed there all day long because it hurt to get down and hurt getting back up. So I said, well, this is crazy. So I said, okay, I'm going to go online and I'm going to go and see if I can find a pet step for her to get up there. Well, sure, there are all kinds of pet steps, 7-inch risers. Well, first of all, if you're an injured cat or injured dog with arthritis and you're small, 7 inches like climbing a mountain. So I was looking for something with a little, shorter steps so it wouldn't be so difficult to get up there. Didn't exist. I go, aha. So I went out in the garage, I started fooling around. I came up with, a 3-inch step. The cat or dog, whatever the animal, could have been a ferret. I don't really care what it is. 3-inch steps. They're no longer climbing. They're just walking. A lot easier on their bodies. We had people, contact us with 3-legged dogs and old dogs, and they said, our dogs haven't been under bed in years because they didn't have the ability to get up there. So anyways, this is what I invented. And then I went ahead and had a patent. I went to a patent attorney, and then he tells me that he goes, the odds of getting this thing patented are quite small. I go, why is that? He goes, well, because for every 100 product that they submit to the patent office, about one gets awarded with a patent. I go, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, and sometimes the odds are a little more. So 1 out of every 100 get a patent. I got a patent. So I started making, I started manufacturing, I started selling it. I'm doing great with it. So that's where a good idea comes in, and I was trying to do good for the community. I was trying to do good for a problem that needed to be fixed. This is the same way with this weight loss. I'm trying to do good. People who need it don't have any other options. I didn't have any other options. I couldn't afford all that kind of money to spend for a drug that's going to pay me. I had to pay them every single month and then destroy my health. And I found out how it did destroy my health. Luckily, I kind of recouped and got most of that back. Still working on the muscle stone, but at least I'm able to walk around now without looking for, I call it looking for quarters when you're bent over. I'm not bent over anymore. But I'm an honest person. I honestly believe this product is gold. It serves a purpose. It serves a purpose for people who have issues trying to lose weight. And basically, there's really no options out there other than starvation. And when you're starving, you can't lose weight because you walk around starving. I was like that. I would go, okay, 2 more hours, I can eat something. I can eat a banana or something. You're always hungry. Are you going to lose weight? You might lose a little bit, but you're miserable. That's not a way to lose weight, and that's not sustainable. You can't do that. So when I found this product out, not a problem, when I had this idea how to do this, it was great because you can still eat your favorite food. Didn't make a difference. I can even go to Outback and do the onion thing, I love that thing. But I can't eat a lot of it because I have to eat my dinner. So when you do go to restaurants, you've got to be prepared. You're taking food home with you. But it allowed you to eat whatever you wanted. You just didn't have a whole lot of room to put it in. Plain and simple. And you didn't miss the food because you're not hungry. So it worked out great. And say, in my case, 115 pounds, and it came off so quick, it was unbelievable. So that's my story. I know I just kept on going on and on and on, and probably nobody's watching it because this is brand spanking new, but who knows? But I want you to know I'm in this because I believe in it. And if you're interested, there's nowhere on here but my website. It's lose weight, the number 4 for life.com. So it's lose weight, number 4 for life.com. And go on our website and order. It's only $79. That's all it is. I'm not charging you a single month. You will not regret it. You will lose weight and you won't be hungry. And so let me know in the comments somewhere. Let me know how you like it. I'm not hiding anything. Good luck with it. I don't think you're going to need luck, but get on it. The day you get this in the mail, and it's right here. Let me show you. This is what you're going to get, okay? And there's the website up here, loseweightforlife.com. This is, I think, 10 pages. And we have, the weight loss for for the month. You can keep track of it. And I didn't even tell you about this part. It's what you have to do with it. This plan has been studied by Johns Hopkins University. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, people. Johns Hopkins University. So check it out. You will not regret it. And it will probably be the last weight loss program you ever go on. I can't imagine anybody going, this didn't work, because there's no way it can't work. There's no way it can't work because you're only eating half of what you normally eat, in some cases less. I was dropping 2 to 3 pounds a week and not being hungry. Come on, people. That's unbelievable. So give it a shot. You will not regret it. I promise you. Take care.